All right, welcome back to another episode of Rockstar Reacts. It's your host, Rockstar 2800, the most hated, the most opinionated, the most underrated. You know the truth. Like, comment, subscribe right now to this channel. If you haven't already, become a member. Turn on your notifications, tap that bell, smash that like button, follow Smut Free TV on Instagram and TikTok. Hop in them comments. Why? Because every comment counts. And you know we got the hottest content in these internet streets, no cap. All right, man, let's get into this right here. Dawgface. Dawgface been making waves. Boy, has he been making waves. Dawgface is here, there, and everywhere. He's in the air, man. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. From YouTube to Clubhouse, in between Instagram. I mean, he's everywhere, right? And this time he's on Math Hoffa. Shout out Math Hoffa, man. You know what I'm saying? He pulled up, you know what I'm saying, to the expert opinion, right? And let's get into it, man. You know, off the rip, he explains why he thinks Wack100 is a federal agent. Boy, Dawgface don't stop, do we? So if you tuned in right now, I need to give this content a thumbs up. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into the content at hand. You now tuned in to Rockstar Reacts right here on Smut Free TV. Let's go.
Why do you think Wack100 is a federal agent?
Look at everything he's done. We now see when it comes to the whole Big U situation, everything is surrounded by Big U. I'm gonna give you 3 or 4 examples, and you tell me where I may be off. Right? One. So what Wack100 is, I call him an evil genius because he's able to take people who are angry and upset at other people. He's able to take that anger and manipulate it against the person who he doesn't like himself.
Right.
Like Loose Cannon, for example. We saw 4 or 5 different occasions where Loose Cannon went on No Jumper
and implicated
himself. Right? Loose Cannon is locked up right now because he told stories about criminal activity that had to do with Big U, and the stupid ass nigga forgot that he was there and he was involved with it. Like, for example, and then when you, so let me ask you a question. So why do I think that? Right? I'm going to be unbiased. I'm going to remove myself from my body. I'm going to come down. I'm Gabriel. I'm Jabril. Right? So Wack100 is on a phone call with a guy who identifies himself as a Rolling 60s Crip member. The guy tells a story, this was in January of 2025, but he tells a story about what happened a month before when a U-Haul truck filled with $40,000 of Christmas toys got stolen from in front of Big U's house. This guy says that Big U hired him. This is Loose Cannon and Wack100 interviewing this guy. They talking to him on the phone, recording the phone conversation, right? At first they said, well, we're not gonna air it, but then as the conversation got good, so you know we're gonna put this out on YouTube. So this guy, he describes how Big U left the keys for the U-Haul truck on the dashboard from the stealing truck. He described how, well, how you gonna get paid? Well, once the truck get reported stolen, then it's gonna do a GoFundMe. I'm gonna pay you guys in the back end when the GoFundMe money come in. What did you do with the toys? Did you get rid of them? No, we just saved them. So the same toys were gonna reappear and people are gonna think that they just purchased them with the GoFundMe money, but it's to play, right? It's one thing. Another thing, Loose Cannon is on Academics podcast and on No Jumper, and Loose Cannon is sitting right next to Wack100, and Wack100 is pushing him to tell the story about how Big U called him and told him that somebody had just killed Nipsey Hussle. Loose Cannon says he hung up from Big U, called Nipsey Hussle, and Nipsey was still alive. So Wack posed the question, so you think he called you too fast? Because a half hour later, he was dead. So you're telling the story about a homicide that hadn't happened yet, and you're implying, and it's more than just an implication. It's more just you're telling the whole world that Big U knew that Nipsey Hussle was going to die before he died, but he jumped the gun when he called you. 2. Number 3, the whole thing with Meek Mills at the club in LA where they grabbed him up while Big U was sitting out in the parking lot waiting for the money to get the wire from Rick Ross, the so-called ransom thing with Meek Mills. The whole thing with Trick. Why are you telling the story? And this whole story has only, you can chat GPT or Claude this shit. The story of what supposedly happened to Future at LAX, Wack100, Big U, when he said he did it because Future owed Trick. And he said he chased or trotted behind Future as he ran down the jet bridge and there was no plane connected to it. So Future turned around, he called Stunner, put it on speaker, and threw the phone at him. And Stunner told him, nephew, what you doing? Dog, oh, he can't be in my backyard. No, he owed Trick some bread. And Stunner told him, I'll pay him. Don't touch him. For me, don't do it. Lay off. These are all stories.
Yeah, but in some of those stories, Wack is there. Correct?
That would mean that he's just like Loose Cannon then, in those specific situations.
Yes,
because you're telling the story about...
That's what makes me not believe that he's actually...
And let me tell you something, right?
The Air Force story I don't believe because the FAA was never letting that happen.
So listen, so
how you getting
so once you come through TSA, I used to be a supervisor in the airport. That's just how I know. Don't ask me. I had a life before all
Jack
that
of all
shit.
trades.
Yeah, right? So, jet bridge. All jet bridge doors are not closed at all times. So a person can run, theoretically speaking, you can run onto a jet bridge. Like when there's a plane attached to it and the doors are locked, you got a key card in, put the code in, right? But if there's no plane at the end of the jet bridge, then in some situations, the jet bridge door at the gate can be open.
Right.
That happens.
It's not wide open.
No, it's
just
not wide
locked.
open. It's just not locked.
Right.
And sometimes the doors are open because you have a cleaning crew that's cleaning the jet bridge, vacuuming out, wiping the rail shit down. So sometimes they can be open, especially if the gate's not active. Jet bridge door can be open. That's a fact. I was a supervisor at Detroit Metropolitan Airport, McNamara Terminal. So that can happen. But the whole thing is, you're telling these, so that the question is, how are you not a part of Big U's indictment when most of the stuff that Big U is being accused of doing, these things happened before Loose Cannon. They've been squeezing and bouncing niggas off the top rope for years in LA.
Come on now, Dawgface talking that talk. He done went on there and broke it all the way down, boy. This is nasty work. But he right. You know what I'm saying? He right. But Matt Hoffa is saying, well, Wack was there for all these events, right? So he can't attest for this, right? Why he not locked up either? That's what Dawgface is basically pointing out. Let's get into it.
We know that motherfuckers in LA been squeezing motherfucking rappers, comedians, black people. They don't fuck with white people. They've been squeezing niggas forever. They've been robbing and getting them together forever. When you go to LA, that's why I'm still confused as to why you have all these award shows in LA.
Right.
When you know that the LA culture mean you're gonna strip you niggas and extort you niggas. For the life of me, if I had a label, I'm not participating. I'm not sending my artists to a land where I know that you niggas is allowing this shit to go on. I'm not doing it, right? But the whole point is, to answer your question is, well, I don't necessarily believe it because most of this shit he was saying, he was involved in it. Most of the shit that Loose Cannon is locked up for and told stories about, he was involved in it. Never give him that much credit to where you think he's not dumb enough to tell a story about something that he was involved in because he has done it.
I've seen it done. I've seen people drop rap lyrics, make songs about shit that they really shouldn't be talking about.
So why we don't be blaming the white dude though? Why we ain't say the white dude is the Fed?
Which white dude?
The whose show is that?
But Adam,
they do say that.
So both of them is the Fed. I mean, you can tell a story and be part of it.
So the whole thing is he's creating an environment.
I don't think Adam is there for that.
It seems like all this shit happens on his platform.
So listen, what he's there for is, Adam 22 and No Jumper is the modern day version of Jerry Springer and the Steve Wilkos show. But it is. He's just there to create content. And he has a ready supply of motherfuckers who are from the gang culture, who are hyper-aggressive ass niggas who are trying to use that platform to catapult themselves into some other form of success. Right?
Right.
Adam don't give a fuck what happens in that motherfucker for real. That's just organized chaos in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It's exactly what it is. He don't give a fuck. Is he gonna stop a nigga from saying nigga shit? No, because nigga shit sells. Without nigga shit, there would be no Jumper. No Jumper ain't talking about politics. No Jumper is really focused on LA gang shit, period. Really, you don't really hear. When's the last time you heard somebody from No Jumper do an expose or do a segment on Nolan Wells or Carmelo Anthony and all that? You don't go there for that.
Right.
It's different genres of podcasting, right?
And that's why I say it's different.
Yeah.
It's different levels of entertainment. Now, for Adam, if I was to step out of the culture and paint myself blank, I'd say, okay, he figured out a structure that can't be duplicated by every other podcast.
Yes, he did. Just like Jerry Springer Just like Ricky Lake.
Right.
Same thing. That is Jerry Springer going wild over there. That's what the fuck that is. So to answer your question, why I feel that way, hey, listen. So the story that Wack told about Trick and Stunner and the whole thing with Future and Sierra in the airport, you can Claude it. You can chat GPT it, right? It's called, well, oh, I said it, but what does that have to do with the indictment? I think somebody had to tell in order for it to get, I think one of the Big U's close confidants had to have told the story, right? And rat on the situation. Now, we now know that open source, the feds use open source information to build cases and to build profiles about people. This interview right now, if I was to say on this interview that somebody did X, Y, and Z, they can use this interview to launch an investigation.
Yeah.
It's called open source reporting. That's what it's called.
They actually used the question that I asked Boosie, and one.
Nasty work. Open source reporting. So that's what Wack been doing this whole time. Open source reporting. This is nasty work, man. If this is true, I mean, like I say, I never doubt Dawgface and his intelligence. You know what I'm saying? Because he sees stuff through a different lens, you know, but we be on kind of like the same accord, the same page with this stuff. It's just a little bit deeper than what we think and what we know. And I don't dive into all that, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to keep it rocking. Remember that, though. Keep that in the back of y'all head. Open source reporting.
In his bail hearing.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
And it's lawful for them to use it because it's called open source reporting. Right? Kevy D, for example. Kevy D, you the stupidest nigga.
Stupidest nigga ever.
Hey, listen, talk about window licking, short bus riding, helmet wearing ass, pickle pig feet eating ass niggas. You hear me? And I'm saying that at the Famous Quad Studios. I talk about pickle pig feet eating ass, dumb country ass niggas. Nigga, you sitting in the federal, I don't know, I guess it's a federal holding facility or is it a state charge? Is it federal or state with Kevy D?
I think it's a state.
He's somewhere where he's listening.
You sitting somewhere locked up because you wrote a book and you gave so much details about the assassination of Tupac Shakur that you walked and talked listen, talk about content creating going wrong. You walked yourself into that shit.
You know what would be the craziest plot twist ever? If Keefe really had nothing to do with it.
That would be crazy.
It would be, but they said that he knew shit that was left out of the reports.
I mean, listen, man, the gang culture, let me tell you something about gang culture. I went someplace to enjoy some raps. A couple of people got shot at that place. It was over some gang shit. I walked 3 blocks, and I knew who did it, why they did it, and where they lived at. 3 blocks. It had nothing to do with me. That's why I never trust that gang shit. Because it's a bunch of people trying to find ranks, trying to climb ranks. So how you gonna climb a rank? How you gonna get the respect? You gotta talk. People gotta know what you about. Shit don't make no sense.
It used to be you put in work. And then
but a select few would know about your work. When too many people
know about your work,
too many people got to get out of jail back.
You going to jail.
Absolutely.
Too many people got a Metro card when they get to the precinct.
Yeah.
Oh no, don't lock me up. Swipe.
That's how it goes. So when I talk about them, I'm not just firing off just with being irresponsible when I say what I'm saying. You look at what happened. So he said, well, I talked to academics, and academics said, well, hey, Dawgface. In defense of Wack, he's saying, hey, well, it is not a actual charge, it is a overt act. And I say, listen, academics, an overt act, it establishes a pattern of behavior that verifies that the core charges in this whole complaint, that is something that you are most likely to have done because this is you. This is your fucking modus operandi. It's your fucking MO, right? So listen, just imagine you being under federal indictment, and something I say about you ends up in your indictment, and your lawyer has to answer to that thing. Because I'm talking about Math stabbed the motherfucker on 125th and so-and-so Ave.
Math never stabbed anybody on 125th.
Yeah, pause on that. Yeah, right. I'm just simply saying, just imagine you having to fight a case, and something that I said about you publicly along with the listen. So if you're in a Big U's situation right now, you're sitting there. God forbid. How you do the Catholic thing again? Come on, show me how you do. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Okay, I got you. I'm a Muslim, but it's Islam alaikum. You know, I get you. So listen. So just imagine you being in Big U's shoes and you're sitting there and you're under indictment, you're locked up. And I'm not saying he's not responsible. I'm not saying that he doesn't, I'm not saying that he didn't put himself there by his own hand. I'm not saying that. But just imagine I'm having to fight against what I did, and then you are on the podcast telling stories about other things that I've done, and then those things end up in my superseding motherfucking indictment. How would you feel? You would feel like that, nigga, you've been working this angle for a long time, trying to put me in a situation. Irregardless to me being a fuck up and me making mistakes myself,
Right.
Nigga, let me fight my own mistake, nigga. Don't help me.
Not if we're not on good terms.
Oh, no.
Nasty work. Not if we on good terms. So Matt is trying to say, look, he's justifying Wack's antics or angles, whatever, by saying, what if we not on good terms? Dawgface said all that for him to say that? That's nasty work, man. Let's finish up.
No,
good terms.
No, you ain't probably doing that.
Not if you ran down on me.
Not.
Nigga, where everybody get ran down? We
I'm
finna get
just
up.
saying.
Wait,
I get up, nigga, run down on nigga. Now what happens at the run
I thought there was
down?
no snitching though.
Huh?
I thought it was no snitching. You supposed to be Wack100 we talking about, right? That's
Yeah.
If you ain't you not you're not supposed to be. You supposed to be the OG. No snitching, right? Those are the rules.
Because he's saying some R war shit. So this is Wack's disposition.
Let me tell you something.
This is Wack's disposition.
I just have a question.
We gotta see this where it gets sticky at.
Yeah.
This where it gets sticky at.
Tell
Then
me.
you gotta look through the timeline, see how many people were vocal about situations that were supposed to remain in the street, and then all of a sudden cases started getting built.
So watch this.
It's a lot of people.
I get you, but watch this, right?
It's a lot of people.
So I just said you can chat GBT and Claude, who's the first person. We know that open source reporting is content that they take from or derive from social media and YouTube.
Right.
So the only person's talking about Big U's criminal activity and putting him at the top as the organizer and orchestrator, making him the queen, respectfully, on the chessboard, Loose Cannon and Wack100. And they're doing it on megaphone platforms. They're doing it on academics. And that's why I said no jumper.
I don't think it's just that.
It could be more than that.
Those
But
podcasts that he's done.
Who is he?
The Check-In.
Who's that?
Big U. He did. He had a podcast.
I'm saying he is.
We can't see. Back in the days, we could act like police don't know what's going on.
They know everything. But hey, listen, knowing everything and being able to substantiate it and build a case around it, some whole different shit.
But where there's smoke, there's fire. And when certain shit gets overly promoted, they're gonna start looking like there's something there.
Let me tell you.
And not only that, not only that, the motherfuckers that's fans.
First of all, Wack shed light on the whole situation. You wouldn't even know Big U if it wasn't for Wack. I mean, you probably knew of him, but all this other stuff, the light got put on Big U because of Wack, gang. That's it, that's all. I'm baffled at Matt Hoffa even questioning what Dawgface is saying, trying to rationalize in his mind. I think they trying to be on Wack good side because they know how Wack get. And trust me, you won't be spared, homie. You know what I'm saying? If Wack take it away, you're going to take it away. So it's like you being on your best behavior because that's what it seemed like. You know, and Dawgface really punching it, giving it to you. Let's go.
All the rolling 60s rappers and all that stuff. When they get to a certain age and they decide, I want to be a federal agent, what you think they walking in that building with?
Information.
All that information.
Yeah, but here's what I'm saying though. Well, I'm not, so listen, I'm not even going to try to debate what you're saying. But what I'm going to say is this. A motherfucker sitting on you. Now, I grew up with you. I know I've been rocking and rolling with you. Most of the checking in and the robbing and the extortion, the whole airport thing was about extortion. about some shit that had nothing to do with them. It was just a network, right? So how would you feel if before you get indicted, I'm on the podcast talking about all the criminal shit you did. I ain't talking about what I did. I'm talking about, well, loose cannon is a special kind of stupid, right? Well, I'm talking about on all these podcasts what you did. I know you're under investigation. I'm saying that I know you're under federal investigation long before the indictment even hit and they come get you. I'm saying he's under investigation. They're finna come pick him up any day now. And then I'm telling stories about shit that you did, but I'm leaving myself out to a certain extent, except for this future shit, right?
Look,
I ain't gonna lie. I did see that.
it's pretty obvious, bro.
I did
It's
see
pretty
that.
obvious.
Tell me.
I know I'm sitting
Let me
here
do
and,
this
and
mafia
you
shit.
explaining this shit.
They got the mob in Philly, don't they?
Forget
But
about it.
it's pretty obvious, but I wouldn't say that that's working for them. I think that nowadays motherfuckers fight with this. They fight with this.
They
do.
They fight with these.
Right here. This is the reason that there's a difference between back in the day and now. We didn't live under the constant guise of the camera.
Of the camera, right.
I didn't fear my op starting a nasty rumor on YouTube.
Right.
Back in the days.
Now you do.
If he said it on the block and it got back to me, I'm gonna see you about that. You know what I mean? But now,
You got to think about how much this amplifies. Here's how much this amplifies.
Yes.
We all went to school, right? When we were young, there were bullies in school. Kids had fights. You lived through it. You made it through.
right.
Facebook came out and people got bullied on social media.
Yes.
Motherfuckers start jumping off of roofs, buildings and shit. Right. Facebook, do you know that there's a crime stat for how many people have died because of Facebook?
And bullying.
Social media, just in general.
Just in general.
Yeah.
But no, with Facebook by itself, in and of
I
itself.
bully people on social media. I'm guilty. I bully. Fuck I can't wait to find out some inappropriate information about you and your mama.
What is it, Japan has a law against Japan? Japan has a law against
Japan has a
Dawgface is a fool. So, as we can see, man, Dawgface is making his rounds, right? He's making his rounds. He's on the Math Hoffa show. Now, I ain't seen an episode from Math Hoffa in a while, so this was kind of rare, right? But he did have some interesting points on why he think Wack100 is the feds, why he think Wack100 is working, why and how is he dodging all these cases, this RICO, all these implications. You feel me? Like, he's just trying to figure it out, but I think Matt Hoffa is debating that in a way, just saying like, hey man, this is just podcasting, this is just entertainment, it's all different types of entertainment. I wouldn't take it that far. With even, putting Big U on the spot saying, well, he had the Checking In podcast and, he had stuff going on and it just, listen, man, if y'all scared of Wack, just say that, gang. Just say that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it sounds like. If Dawgface ain't backing down, they ain't going for nothing. He going to keep on preaching the gospel. With that being said, y'all give this a thumbs up. Like, comment, subscribe right now to this channel. If you haven't already, become a member. Turn on your notifications. Tap that bell. Smash that like button. Follow Smart Free TV on Instagram and TikTok. Hop in them comments. Why? Because every comment counts. And we got the hottest content in these internet streets. No cap. Stay tuned for more Rocstar Reacts right here on Smart Free TV.